On the Fox News show The Five, Greg Gutfeld is going to criticize both Hollywood and Funny or Die for the silliest reason imaginable.
I mean, I think I'm just a normal, healthy girl.
Exactly.
Don't you hate when trailers give away the whole movie?
Yeah.
So here you have an exquisitely produced film promoting a cause dear to the Obamas, the war on junk food. Bravo. Let's crush those Krispy Kremes. Let's ice the ice cream. Let's drone Dr. Pepper. I salute such fearlessness. But imagine if Hollywood channeled this energy into something else, like death cults currently killing thousands. Not Twizzlers, but terror. Imagine what Hollywood could do to degrade, mock, and marginalize the useless, lurid tools who flock to loser magnets like ISIS. They could use special effects to scare these mad martyrs crapless. They could mock their pathetic desire for 72 virgins or expose their envy-driven, flaccid rage. Hollywood has the industry, but no intestines. And so ISIS is outdoing them, adopting their sophisticated film and editing techniques that put Tinseltown to shame. Hollywood could return the favor 12-fold, but they'd rather focus on broccoli than beheadings, junk food, not jihadism. Instead of leading the way to upend an apocalyptic threat, they create propaganda to gain favor with their savior. They go after cupcakes. Why? Maybe because Hostess won't cut off their heads? I guess Funny or Die really takes that die part seriously.
I just don't get why they keep using this stupid argument. There's this one argument that, and it's not just in terms of this context and this conversation that I've heard this argument used. It's used nonstop when you don't have an actual point to make. Somebody will say, oh, you're mad about this thing here? Well, ISIS exists. So be mad about that. Yeah. Sting. That burns, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. They did this to Russell Brand. Russell Brand spoke about how Fox News is fucked up and, you know, I forget what the specific issue was that he was referring to, but Greg Gutfeld fired back and was like, oh yeah? You're yelling at Fox News, but ISIS exists in the world, so you should have yelled at them. You support ISIS because you yelled at us and not ISIS. No, they don't. Since when did the default position become you agree with ISIS unless you say otherwise? I'm pretty sure if you took an opinion poll of ISIS in the United States of America, they would get a 0.0000001%. Okay? The idea that, like, Hollywood supports ISIS because Funny or Die didn't do a video specifically talking about ISIS yet, I can't imagine a dumber criticism. I mean, that's as dumb as it gets. But like, you want to talk about a smear. That's like smear tactics 101. Create a straw man, pretend that your opponent believes in something they don't believe in so that you can claim the moral high ground, which you just made up. And also, you want to talk about an easy target. Like, when we talk about comedy, we talk about anything that makes you laugh, anything that's interesting. Usually, you don't go after the low-hanging fruit. Like, if you're Funny or Die, what are you going to do? An anti-Nazi sketch? Is that what you're going to do? You know, do an anti-KKK sketch? Is that what you're going to do? I mean, sure, maybe every once in a while you do something like that, and that's fine. But the idea that, like, oh, you have to do it this second because something happened with those people and because everybody agrees with them and you need to tear them down. God, you know, Greg Gutfeld, who ironically is part of a news organization, is criticizing Funny or Die and Hollywood like they're a news organization. They're not a news organization. They could talk about and do whatever the fuck they want. Whereas your punk ass, you are a news organization, and you've covered stories in wildly inaccurate and terrible and dumb ways. God, every aspect of this story drives me crazy. And the final thing I'll say about it is this. It was in Hollywood that a petition started and a protest and a boycott started because I think it's the Beverly Hills Hotel was owned or is owned by the Sultan of Brunei or the leader of Brunei or something. And Brunei recently put into place Sharia law officially, okay? But you didn't hear much about that, right? Because I think they're our ally, or at least we're neutral with them. So we're not going to flip out when they do something evil and wrong and terrible and implement the worst laws you could possibly imagine. So it was in Hollywood that they said, whoa, fuck that. I will not support with my money this institution which is going back to a government where they want to kill gay people and not allow women to go outside by themselves and kill atheists and abide by this strict version of Sharia. That's ridiculous. We're not going to do it. So the idea that Hollywood isn't taking a stand against radical Islam and, oh, they're so weak and they're not mocking in the right way that I, Greg Gutfeld, personally approve of, it's absolutely absurd. But then again, I don't know why I would expect it to be interesting or smart. It came out of the mouth of Greg frickin' Gutfeld.